and will translate to the field. And Brody does an unbelievable job with that.
On the defensive side for you guys, it seemed like Will Lyons was everywhere last week. 8 tackles, 2 for a loss, a sack, forced fumble, and a recovery. What did you see from him, and how do you see his role?
It's just right between the safeties and the linebackers. They're very efficient at that.
Pickup of 10 there to move the chains. Sean Robinson into the game at running back. He gets it on first down, picks up 3 or 4 yards. Now when you say Jacquemart in motion this time. Swing it out. Penn inside the 5. Did he stay in bounds? Yes! Touchdown Dragons!
Excellent poise by Angelo Rinda. Finding her, he finds his nose to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Dragons. I tell you what, this crowd is very near a sellout here, and I tell you what, they stood up in dramatic fashion. Great job, Dragons, touchdown.
Great atmosphere here at Dragon Stadium tonight. Nearly completely full on both sides of the stadium. And be brought down for a loss in the backfield, getting there for Carroll. By Robbie Ladd getting in there.
Yes, great job by Robbie Ladd staying home. He had Tucker James in the flat out to the right. Decided to run with it, and this is where they want to put him, Chris.
Fedor also in there on the stop, but that does take us to the end of the first quarter. A lot of offense on both sides. See how the defenses adjust in the second. 7-7 to score. Second quarter coming up on the Dragon Sports Network. Third and short from the 35. Wormley again. Up the middle, big running room. 25, inside the 10, into the end zone for the touchdown. Riley Wormley from 35 yards.
You get it front side, you get him flowing, you hit it backside, and you get Wormley in the second level. He turns on the jets. Not many people are going to catch Riley Wormley. Tremendous dog, touchdown Dragons.
Leo Almanza chasing him from behind, trying to swat it loose. I haven't mentioned that. It's actually Jesse Kabaya back there for Byron Nelson on the return team, and the hesitation cost him.
Yeah, you gotta make a decision here, Chris. You either get in the end zone or you're getting out. Dragon returns and capitalizes on that one.
You can see Malamura there tell David Arbidi on the front of the way. Jacquemart back to field it for the Dragons. This one is blocked out of the back of the end zone. Blake Gunter coming in, and it's a safety for Carroll. Now he motions out to the left side. Brenda looked at him, now pumps, throws deep down the left sideline for Jacquemart. He's caught it inside the 25. Did he stay in bounds? Touchdown Carroll. Jacquemart tiptoeing down the left sideline for 51 yards.
Off Blake Gunter on his first read. His eyes now go to Jacquemart. Perfectly placed ball. And Jacquemart's got that speed. He gets behind that linebacker and that safety. He's going to make it to the end zone. Touchdown Dragons. Great job.
Jacquemart able to take the top off the Byron Nelson defense. And so all of a sudden, the Dragons, a few touchdowns, a safety, lead 23-7 over Byron Nelson with initially.
Remember, they get the ball at the beginning of the half, so there's not a whole lot of emphasis on you got to get to the end zone here. Let's see what works, and maybe the C's part a little bit, and you get a big play.
Lumberman has been handling kicking duties today. Brenda, a Cerro kickoff is going to go through the back of the end zone.
Start the second half. Any points on the board is great. Huge score game now, and you might not get a touchdown, but the Dragon offense, they've scored almost every possession, right, Chris?
All but one.
All but one, okay.
And that would let the play clock tick down a little bit more. Try to punch it in from the 2. Give it to Wormley. Straight up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. Riley Wormley. First 2-14.
Great job, again, by the Carroll offensive line. Hat on the hat, and misdirection by Barkarski, and then you get Wormley right off tackle diving in the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. I tell you what, Wormley deserved every bit of that touchdown for this drive on what he did. Congrats.
Under a minute to go here on DYF night at Dragon Stadium. Bizjack under pressure again, heaves one up towards the end zone. It is. Was that caught? It was caught for a touchdown. Through a couple of defenders, Ezra Malimura comes up with it. Ball was one of Bizjack's strengths, and we saw it there, especially, as you said, without much behind it. Just all arm strength to get it 40-plus yards in the air to the end zone.
Big shot. Just week 3 of the season. You love seeing it.
Look there at Riley Wormley, who had a huge game tonight. 140 yards on 18 carries, a couple of touchdowns. And we've talked about this a lot, but people think of Southlake Carroll for efficiency and a couple of touchdowns. On the ground for Carroll, you mentioned Wormley, 18 carries, 140 yards, 2 scores, nearly 13 yards per carry. Davis Penn, 14 rushes, 84 yards. He also had a catch for 8 yards and a touchdown. And in the passing game, Wormley had 3 receptions